Hey friends, happy Tuesday. It is your friend Lisa Mason Ziegler, and I'm super stoked to be here with you guys tonight. Thanks for dropping in, and I have some really exciting news to share. And honestly, it may not be as exciting for some of you as it is for me and for those people that it's going to affect, right? So today, I just want to share that you don't have to wait until fall to enroll in Flower Farming School online, because guess what? It is available now. That's my online course. And y'all, I do have notes because there's so many features that I want to talk to y'all about. But before we jump into that, why I said it may not be as significant to some of you, obviously anyone that's my student, because you already have the course, right? But something that's been really, really difficult for me these past years with the model that we had my course under, where we had a very short enrollment, and there were reasons for that. Very short enrollment period, and then we'd have school. So we got continually inundated with people reaching out for help when enrollment wasn't open. And it's not that I don't want to give people free information, because you all know that's not me. But the whole point that I created this course was to provide the depth of information that people needed to really build their business with a strong foundation, and get in there and get the roots. It's like preparing your soil, right? So it wasn't an easy fix. So we would get people reaching out to us all year long and have to kind of give them a Band-Aid and tell them to hang on. Well, friends, this course, I feel like, is just so slam-packed with what people, it's probably not what you would consider a glamorous information. It's where the rubber meets the road of starting your business. And so that's kind of what I've been facing personally, is as a person that has a teacher's heart and really loves helping people, that was a real struggle for me. And so a couple of years ago, we started figuring out and how we could turn my course into and tweak it into a tool that flower farmers can use, not just today for the problems that they're facing, but how to mine it for the gold nuggets that are in there. Because let me tell you something, and I'm going to get down to the nuts and bolts of here in just a minute, but I want to share with you that one of the greatest benefits I find from courses is that when you watch a course or go through a course, you kind of pay attention to those problems and needs that you have at that point in time. You don't even hear or see the other 90%. And that's what they say. We absorb less than 10% of what we watch. And so, but 6 months from now or a year from now, as your business develops and changes, and you get this problem you're having today under your belt, okay, next. That's what we wanted to make this course. We wanted to make it into a tool that you can go in there and find what you need when you need it. So that was kind of our goal, to not just make it something that you're going to cram and go through, but this is going to be actually a tool that you can actually use all the time. And so let me just tell you a little bit about the course and what we've updated and how that all kind of works. So we have updated and even added some of the handouts, printouts. So that's part of it. But the thing that we have spent hours and hours and hours of the team's time doing is enhancing the search feature in the course. You can use a keyword search to find where different things appear, so you'll know where to go to find them. And that is key. I will tell you, I took a course many years ago to actually learn how to do online courses, and I go back to it all the time. I truly understand the value of all the parts of that course that I wasn't able to take in when I actually took the course, right? I mean, it's been, 6 years ago that I took it, and I still go back to it. But I will tell you, it is so difficult to find things. And so my experience of using another course that belonged to someone else is what really kind of guided us on creating this. Just to know where to go look is so very, very key. So we've enhanced the search feature, and that includes, there are over 2,000 frequently asked questions in my course that I answer, in video, but they're now keyword searchable. So you'll know where to go in the videos to find actually what you're looking for. So the name of my course is Flower Farming School Online, The Basics, Annuals, Marketing, and More. And it's really about building the foundation of a business that you can stand on, and how to do it. I mean, from the first week, it was really a challenge for me. The first week of my course is really about business stuff. It's the stuff people are the most afraid of. It's the stuff they keep saying, I'll do that later, because they're afraid of it, because they don't know what to do, and when we don't know what to do or where to go, we just keep saying, oh, we'll do that later. We'll do that later. So I decided that we were going to eat the ugly frog first in my course. And that's what the first, class is all about. It's got multiple sessions, from taking you to figure out what do you do with all your time during the day, to organizing, and to getting your business P's in a row, right? And if you want to learn more about the actual what's included in the course, there's more about that on the actual course page. So who should take Flower Farming School, right? So we have had tons of gardeners that really just want to level up their game. If they want to either grow cut flowers for personal use or maybe for their church, it really has started that way for a lot of us. And I will tell you, there are so many flower farmers that when they embarked on learning how to grow cut flowers the way that flower growers do it, they find themselves years later becoming a flower farmer. So if a lot of gardeners have discovered that calling. I don't think there's so many people that think they can't do it because they don't have enough land, they don't have greenhouse, they don't have tractor. I didn't have any of those things. I still don't have a greenhouse and a lot of land, but I do have a tractor now. But you can do it definitely without those. And so if you're someone that has considered becoming a flower farmer, whether you are a beginner, just getting started, just trying to figure out, can I do this? How do I do this? Up to someone that's maybe been doing it for a year or two, but maybe you're not making a profit. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed. This course is for you. And even if you've been doing it for several years, but you're still not making a profit, right? So let me just tell you a little bit about the course. It is a comprehensive step-by-step guide. And I want to say this. It's packed, y'all. I know that it's a lot. But that's why we have created it into a tool for you to find what you need when you actually need it. There are 54 video sessions that are slideshows, some that are in the garden. There's 40 printable handouts. There's the keyword search inside the course. Plus, there's also bonus trainings. So soon after I made the course, right, and based on sometimes some of the questions I would get, that would lead me to make some bonus trainings that were just added right into the course. And so the best thing I think for me as a business owner is, and I do want to say, if you see people posting sunflower emojis in here, those are folks that are identifying themselves as our students. And we absolutely love when they do that. And we totally encourage you to reach out to people that identify as our students to say, hey, what'd you think of the course? Was it helpful for you? So one of the things that I really appreciate the most about online courses as a business owner is that I can take them at my own pace. So you can kind of use that search feature to find what you are facing today, but you can then start digesting the course step by step as you need to. And I'm a huge believer, even long before I am a dinosaur, y'all. Before we had the internet, that's the only way we learned, was to leave home and go to conferences and to read books and read lots of magazines. And I totally, completely recommend people still do that. Online courses are just another piece of that. There is nothing more important than expanding your horizons, and learning from in different ways is definitely the way to do that. So here's one of the things that's really different about the course now. When you purchase the course, the entire course is loaded into your online library. That means the whole thing, just boom, is in there for you to actually do it. That means that you can do it at your pace. You can watch at your convenience. So what I was going to say a minute ago was, I try really, really hard to designate weekly time to benefit my education for my business. I mean, even after being in business for 25 years, and this is my 25th year of flower farming, y'all, I still have to, keep my eyes and ears. Not only do things change all the time, but you just can't possibly take it all in. So you have lifetime unlimited access to the course. That means as long as you have internet and you can log into your online library, your course material is going to be there. Now, the course still includes our private online student community, which has, I think, like over 1,700 people in it. And y'all, you just can't believe what goes on in that group. When you align yourself with like-minded people, have you heard about mastermind groups, small groups of business people that get together? Those things are based on when we're all got the same goal in mind. That is where you just glean the most information. And I find that to be so true. What do I love more than, like, for instance, getting together with our instructors for all of our other courses? They're all like seasoned flower farmers and stellar business people. Oh my goodness, when we have roundtables, I walk away with information. Being in a community of like-minded people that are focusing on the same horizon that you potentially are is so very, very useful. And you have full lifetime available access to that community. Now, there's so many things that are included with the course that I'm just going to talk about a few of them. One of them is that you also gain access into the Cool Flowers Field Growers Report. And this is something that you've never seen before if you're not in my course. This is a course that we made that is actually a piece of my course, the Big Flower Farming School course. It is an interactive database where you can go in there and the reason we created this, I guess I should say first, is there's nowhere where people can input, hey, I live in zone 5 and I fall planted this cool season hardy annual and it did great during my winter, or heck no, don't do that, it died. There's nowhere to put that information. That's what this is. This is a report that you can input information, but you can also search it and look and learn information, and it is immediately updated when you do. So you get access. That's the only way to have access to the Cool Flower Growers Report. More things in the course. One of the things we realized a couple of years ago is that new growers want to market what they're doing before perhaps they're actually doing it, meaning like during the winter, you want to start talking about, hey, community, I'm going to start growing flowers and I might be at a farmer's market or a subscription. They don't have pictures to use. We provide a photo gallery of pictures of flowers that you can use. You do not have to mark them as ours. You can use them as if they are yours to help you get your social media, your website, all of those things up and running. The course also includes now one of those new handouts that Suzanne and I created is a harvest guide. And we updated the planting guide. We went in and reviewed, added flowers, updated information to really make it at a glance what you need for that basic information. And also, I really recommend that you check out the student testimonials. There's nothing better than reading about other people's experience if that's what you really need to have. And so limited time off, this introductory offer that we're offering now is that we have two gifts that's going to come if you enroll in Flower Farming School. One of them is we're going to include my mini workshop, Cool Flowers Beyond the Book, which kind of takes the cool flower concept and applies flower farming information to it, because the book was written for home gardeners. So you're going to get that free when you purchase the course now. The second gift, which is a killer gift, we are going to give you Ellen Frost's mini workshop, which is preparing to sell to Florist. That's about a 90-minute workshop of Ellen Frost, who is a florist, helping you with pricing, availability lists, and how to find who your customer is. And so both of those are free gifts that we're giving you. That's like a $75 value that we are giving you when you purchase that course now. The other thing is you can watch the course. We have a phone app for our courses, and so you can watch it. And one of the greatest new updates that happened last year was you can actually listen to your course like a podcast, meaning if you have internet, you can listen, and you can even, turn your phone off, silence the screen, just like you do with a podcast, and listen it while you're out on the road delivering or whatever you're doing it. And so this offer is going to end soon with these two additional free gifts. And friends, what else, which you won't even know about if you're not one of my students. So we're having a public open farm here on the farm June 24th, which more information is coming out about that all the time. But we're doing a really special thing for my students before that open farm opens to the public that day. From 8 to 10 a.m. that morning, my students have to register, but you will get a special invitation to join me on the farm before it's open to the public. We'll have a little coffee and just kind of fellowship together. And so that email invite would not come out to you until June. But that is only going to be available to my students that are a part of this course, as well as Dave and Ellen's students in their courses. So friends, I'm just really thrilled that we have found a way to bring my course to you, that you can get it when you actually need it, that you don't have to wait, right? So we just really want to make it accessible and help more people, the next generations of flower farmers, y'all. And so if you need to learn more about it, you can, if you tap my name here in Instagram and go to my profile, tap that link, go right to the homepage of thegardenersworkshop.com, and there's a link right at the top. You can go to the page of the course. You can purchase it there, but you can see all the testimonials. You can learn more about it. You can see the course syllabus, which tells you which each class is several hours, but it's broken up into sessions. And again, friends, that searchable option to do keyword searches just really helps you to find what you need when you need it. And so you can find it all over at thegardenersworkshop.com. And we're super stoked. So I hope that I'm going to see you in Flower Farming School, and then meet up with you in that private student community that you have available to join. So friends, till we meet again, I hope that, I didn't even say if anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them about the course. And, for me, the searchable part this time of the year is, what about seed starting? What about harvesting and conditioning? It's just really a great opportunity to be able to get to that information when you actually need it. And I'll tell you one more tip, and then if nobody posts a question, I didn't look back to see. I guess I should just scroll through right quick. Sorry, y'all. One of the things that if you have any of our courses, I think your workshop will wonderful for those who are going to sign up right away. Good. Oh, thanks. So one of the things that you may not know about our online courses is there's settings inside of when you're watching the videos, and you can actually speed up the videos, y'all. I typically listen to everything in double speed. You can still clearly understand, but it just makes you a little bit more efficient, right? Delmar, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm having trouble seeing. Your course was awesome. You should get paid for your knowledge. Well, it's not, that's true. It costs, obviously that's part of business. But what I've tried to do with this course is to bring in just tons of that backside information that really are the key pieces that help people to be successful. Y'all, you may be surprised to hear this, but the growing the flower part is just a small portion of a flower farming business. You can grow all the flowers you want, but until you successfully sell them over and over and over and over and over again, like week after week, that's where the rubber meets, the pavement. That's where you really have to kind of have some ground rules that you go by. And oh, thanks. Somebody's saying that they like the course. Sorry, this place that I'm sitting does not really let me read very well. So I'm just scrolling through. I see lots of sunflowers on here. And, if you are one of my students and, you wouldn't mind somebody DMing you over it, please post that and say, hey, DM me and I'll give you the insider scoop. We know that hearing from other students is what really helps. And you can read so many of those and see them on our homepage. On the course page, which if you go to the Gardener's Workshop, there's a link right at the top of the page. So friends, I'm going to jump off here. There doesn't seem to be, what's this? Took the class, a wealth of knowledge. Anyone that takes this class will benefit. Oh, thank you so much, Virginia. And when you see lots of sunflower emojis, that means those are people that have taken several of our courses. And that is perhaps one of what really affirms me and what we're doing is people don't just take one of our courses and then just go on down the road. They take several of our courses. They learn how to start a flower farm. Then they want to expand it. Then they want to scale it. Then they want to add and go deeper and go into deep dives in specific areas. And so appreciate that so much. All right, friends, I'm going to jump off here. So Flower Farming School online, the basics, annual crops, marketing, and more is available now. It's $595. I did not say that, so very sorry, y'all. It's $595. And so this is my business mind. This is how I think of every business expense that's, over a couple $100. And I think about those too, but I think to myself, all right, what do I have to do to make $600? All right, is that 2 Saturday mornings at the farmer's market? Or is that 2 subscriptions, or is that XYZ number of bouquets? And then I say to myself, if I don't do this, what will that $600 get me by the end of the year? Or if I just leave it sitting in a savings account, which gets you nothing, basically. Friends, I can say this with total honesty, that your knowledge is king. That's where you need to spend all your money. That's what I've learned. How much money do you save from mistakes? Oh my gosh. I could do a whole hour on I'm sure they're crying emails, people that have reached out that have just made huge blunders and wasted so much money and time. And the money's important, don't get me wrong. But you know what's even worse than the money? Is spinning your wheels for 1 or 2 years and then throwing in the towel. Those are the people that that you see online that say, you can't make any money flower farming. You can't do this. You can't do it alone. You can't. That was just because they didn't have the key pieces. Friends, we have people that have tiny little gardens that are being profitable. We have people with acres that are being profitable, and everything in between. It's all what you spend your time doing, what you do and what you do not spend your money on. And the worst part of all that is not only is your morale, you quit, but you wear your family out. You know, those who started out as your biggest supporters are only going to eat cereal for dinner for so long while you are just endlessly doing things. And I can almost promise you that you're doing things that you just shouldn't even be doing. You shouldn't even be wasting time on doing. That's the best part. One of the exercises in the course is to track what you do every day. Write it down as you're doing. Keep a little piece of paper in your pocket and write it. Just like, what are you spending 8 hours a day doing? I mean, literally, what are you doing? The first thing that comes out is, how long are you scrolling? I have nothing against scrolling, y'all. I'm on social media right now. Social media, to me, is a tool to make money. It is my marketing tool. I use it to the best. Sometimes when I'm having a bad day, I may sit down and scroll and look at pretty houses and stuff like that. But what are you spending your time doing? Prioritizing. And anyway, some of the things are so simple, but isn't that the way it is with most things? It's like, why didn't I think of that idea? Why didn't I do that on my own? I knew that. But sometimes you just have to have somebody help you see the light. And that's perhaps what I find to be the biggest benefit, and perhaps for me also, is hearing in our community, once people do that first class where they're taking stock of their days and what they have, and they have more the assets than they thought they did to help them get started, is like, oh my gosh, I was spending 3 hours a day doing blah blah, and it's not even a part of, it shouldn't even be being done. So anyway, all right, y'all. I am going to jump over to YouTube here at 7 o'clock and Facebook. So if you want to hear me jabber again, if you just joined, that's what it's all about. And, I do want to say, I see that Deb, I think it says, I'm sorry. I cannot read up here. I'm not sure if it's the angle of this or what. I'm signing up tonight, first year flower farmer here in the zone 7B 8A Pacific Northwest. That's one thing that I definitely want people to understand. This course is not just for people that are farming or growing in my area, which is the mid-Atlantic of the United States on the East Coast. So what I typically say to people is, I don't give you fish, I teach you how to fish. Meaning, I give you the backstory on how you figure out when you plant cool flowers, how to know when to plant warm season tender annuals, so you can figure out for your specific place, because y'all, that's the power to never ever, it's so automatic for me now when I see a flower. Oh, wait, what is that? Is that an annual or perennial? Is it a perennial that's up north? I bet I could grow that as a hardy annual. It's my mind starts turning. When would I plant that? In the fall. Obviously, if it survives winters in New England, I can surely fall plant it and get it to bloom early. In the spring, before my summer takes it out with disease and pests. You learn how to do the job, not the list of, okay, I plant this then. I don't tell you that kind of information. So this course is not for you if you're looking for somebody to show you what to do everywhere. I show you how to figure it out yourself. All right, friends. Hope to see you inside that Facebook community, that private student community. And until we meet again, friends, ciao.